This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, our favourite person in the world is in the studio, Jordan Clark.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he's coming off the back of kicking a goal for us on the weekend. He had the weight of the nation, the Nova Nation, on his shoulders.
Yes, the expectation and to actually do what we'd asked you to do just shows how scared you are of us, basically, Jordan Clark.
Well, yeah, I had actually a shot earlier in the game and
Yes.
I butchered it. And I thought, there's my opportunity. It's gone. So,
Yeah, because you don't, you're not a forward, so you don't get that many opportunities.
No, they come, once every probably at this rate. I've kicked 2 this year in, 14 games, so every 7 weeks.
Yeah.
But, no, I,
So you threw up the Nova N for us, and now we're
Got worldwide
besties.
acclaim.
no, it's been a tough week. Flooded the inbox with everyone.
So
And
some people thought it was the Starlight, some knew it was
Yes.
Nova. What else did people think it was?
gang sign got thrown around a bit.
We checked that, I remember. We checked that.
Have a look at
Nollamara
me.
boys or something.
Yeah. I just said, have a look at me. It's certainly not a gang sign. But no, it was, the S for Starlight got thrown around a little bit, but I suppose we can throw that in there as well for a good cause. So
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
mean, great cause, but that's not what it was.
No.
Yeah, we just want to clear that up. We want to clear that up. It is a great cause. It's
Yes.
not what was happening there. But we've just been talking about it all week.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've been watching me goal all week too.
I mean, it was 50-metre penalty.
okay. What was
As if you
what
were
was the
gonna
best
kick it.
about? What was the best part about? Did you get it flush? I know it seemed flush.
I got a 50-metre penalty, and I actually thought the umpire might not have taken me the full 50.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought you were a bit shortchanged,
I thought it was about
Didn't need
40,
it.
45. And, but in your head it plays a big difference where you're 5 metres closer. You relax a bit more and go, I don't have to kick the skin off this. But no, I had to reset. I caught myself thinking about the celebration before I even kicked the goal.
Yeah.
But,
Stay in the moment.
We got in your head.
but no, I actually, in all honesty, just went back and just
Slotted it.
followed my little routine and poked it through the big ones.
Okay. What is your routine?
It's to get back far enough off the mark. Just
Yes.
plain judgment. There's no measurement.
Plain judgment. Okay. Yep. Right.
Get momentum. I usually take about 3 steps of decent momentum before I kick the ball, but my last one's just my ball drop. Make sure your ball drop's good.
Yep.
Stay my head over the ball. Always lean
Do you
back.
mouth guard in
You
and
do,
out?
yep.
Do you do that?
No, that stays in. Yeah.
Yep.
Just purely because I miss more than I don't, so I don't have time to
Sure.
put it back in.
Hey, Geordie, my 5-year-old's a big Dockers fan, just has kind of converted to the Dockers, and this is him chanting. We saw you for his first game. He has a question for you.
Right.
When that Jordan guy comes in the studio, oh, you got any questions you want to ask him?
Dockers player?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
What do you want to know?
How does he do big kicks? Did he practice his kicks at his handball league?
Did you practice your kicks in your
And
hand?
also, what do you think of the giant squid? He's got a
Yeah, he loves
loves
colossal
squid.
squids. Let's stick with How do you do big kicks, firstly?
Big kicks. Well,
It's all about the ball drop, right?
Yeah, it's about the ball drop. It's actually, funnily enough, your dad will tell you this from a young age. It's not about trying to kick it too hard. It's about timing. But, as a young fella, you're sort of like, whatever.
Yeah.
Dad,
Yeah.
What would you know? But
Just
true.
chucking on the boot.
Yeah. But no, just when I was little, I was always outside. Like, I was notorious for getting in trouble at school, for not doing my homework, not doing any schoolwork, because I was always outside playing footy or cricket with my brothers. But my dad worked at Peel Thunder for a large part of my life when I was
So
little.
in and around footy
so
clubs
I just-
anyway. Yeah.
Every day after school, I was down there running around with the footy players and just kicking the footy. So
So you do practice, is yes is the answer.
The answer's
There you
yes.
go.
find a way.
Do you, as a kid, did you used to, run, go, oh, the siren's gone and we're 2 points down and I've got to kick this to win? Did you ever run those scenarios?
At times. Like when I was a young player, pretty much up until I got drafted, I was never wanted to be a defender. I always
Yeah,
wanted
right.
to be a
Because you want the
midforward, so-
glory. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's exactly right. But when I was really little, I used to pretend I was Hayden Ballantyne. Just
annoying people.
Staring everyone up, getting in fights.
That was your ambition,
And then
was to be like Hayden Valentine.
Yeah, and if my brothers weren't out there, then I was wrestling myself. Like,
Yeah,
I
just
don't know how that works.
pinching yourself and
Mate,
elbowing yourself in the kidneys.
Yeah, nah, it's funny. Obviously, I played a little bit of footy with a couple of his brothers as well in Mandurah. So
Yeah, of course.
at the time, I was like, how good's Hayden Ballantyne? But would have hated to play on him, I reckon.
No, that's right.
Oh, yeah. One of the successes to Fremantle in 2013 when they played in the grand final and the year before and the 2 years afterwards, which were prelim finals, like they were hardest team to beat, is because the two most hated people in the AFL was Hayden Ballantyne and Ryan Crowley, and they're both in the same
team, yeah.
And you need people like that
Yeah, without
to be a hard-nosed outfit.
Yeah, 100% without a doubt. They are very good role players too. They were never like, the blokes that probably won all the accolades, but, they played their roles and they were very important, arguably probably most two important roles in the team.
Yeah.
Now, you're off to Sydney this weekend, and there's been, they're in the grips of a horrible weather event right now. And the SCG's been getting a lot of negative publicity for the fact that the surface is abominable thanks to an Andrea Bocelli concert in April. Are you looking forward to playing there? You pack the long stops.
Well, I don't actually have long stops. I just roll out whatever pair of boots I've got in the drawer pretty much. But, yeah, I tend to slip over no matter what ground it is, so it doesn't really bother me whether I hit the deck more than 4 or 5 times this week. It's, like I say to people, I'm not massive on, it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, sure.
We're all playing on the same oval at the same time.
But if it's an absolute cow paddock, it's like, oh, come on. We're elite athletes. What are you doing? Yeah,
there was some shocking vision the other night.
Yeah.
Of people just going to kick the ball and falling over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then you look bad.
Well, you do, but you also don't. You go, oh, what could I have done?
Yeah.
There's one of the. I think I did see one of Nick Blakey trying to kick it.
Just his legs going the wrong way.
Yeah. It's tough for a listener to hit the skids too.
It is, yeah. It's
They're
a great
very
point.
good on their feet. The SCG is a really great ground to play on when you're a half back because you can have shots left, right, and centre.
Yeah, you can. I'm not sure the forwards will be happy if they have a few sail over their head that go either side of the goalpost. But
as long as when you kick it, you then just go, oops.
Sorry, boys. Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot how strong I was. Sorry.
Yeah, as soon as you feel it come off the boot, not straight, you just put the hand straight up.
Yeah.
It's often like, don't worry about it. I've learned how to appease
them.
At times.
Yeah,
just
that's
make sure your next kick hits big JT on the
right on the chest. Yeah.
Yep.
6 in a row so far. Things are going along well. Sydney are a team that are getting their better players back and they're starting to hit some form. Last week against the Bulldogs, they could have won that game easily if they had a kick straight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sydney are a very good team. There's no doubt about it. They're very, very talented and very, very experienced. They probably should be going better than they are. So there's no doubt that, this weekend they're going to be red hot again. They got back Papley, Errol Goulden, players like that who almost the heartbeat of their team, really.
Yeah.
Errol Goulden sort of sets the standard by foot, but I'd arguably say Papley's one of the best barometers in the comp. So when he's going well, Sydney are generally going pretty well. So I'm pretty excited to take on Sydney. I think it'll be a good test, especially over there.
Yeah.
When Tom Papley's out there and going mental, do you like to push somebody else to defend him?
I have played on him before, but no, I don't mind playing on him. He's obviously a very good player and you do sort of tighten up a little bit and hope he doesn't kick 5 or 6 goals on you. But I don't know. Brandon Walker's back playing now.
Yeah.
He's played 2 really good games at Peel. So, it's we're in a position where there's competition for spots. I'm not sure if he comes back in. I don't know what the go is, but usually Walks puts his hand up to take Paps, and I never sort of try and contest.
All right, I'll let you do it then. Yeah, nice.
Well, Clark, we're looking forward to it. Sunday, this game, round 17. Can you believe it? I nearly swore again.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I don't even know how many games left. I'm not sure. 5 or
8.
6, something like that. Oh, there you go.
Well
A few
done.
more than I thought.
That's he's assuming you make it to the grand final, right? Is that including that?
No, it goes around 17, 18, 19, 20, all the way up to 24. That's what we're looking at.
Oh, yeah, right.
So, and then we've got finals. See? Then we're
Yeah.
We.
We're in. Flag medal.
Good luck. Good luck in
Jordan.
Sydney.
Thanks for coming in, mate.
Thank you, guys.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Righto, let's go over to England, to the All England club, in fact, Natalie. Wimbledon.
I would love to.
Okay. Alex Dimina and Alexander Vukic, plus Rinky Hijikata, all winners at Wimbledon for Australia. Thank you. We flew the flag well last night after coming off a bit of a
shock of the night
shock of the day before. Not so good for adopted Australian Daria Kastakina.
Yes.
Kastakina, actually, it was better news for her, sorry. She also won. But here's the thing about her is that she's so nervous representing Australia. She was in the change rooms before the game throwing up. She was so anxious. Yeah.
Because she's competing under the Australian flag now.
Well, I
or
just said
because-
that. No, but because
No,
she'd gone out.
just nervous
onto-
in general.
Yeah.
Oh,
on the grass
that's cute.
court.
It was an absolute carnage for the seeds, though. They've never had. It was a record-breaking day as far as how many seeds they lost.
Yeah, so 13 in total seeded players across
extraordinary.
the tournament. That's just in the men's have
Yes.
got the arse in round one.
Yeah.
So Alexander Zverev, the top of the pops, he's seeded 3 in the world at Wimbledon, and also, he's
Yes.
a good-looking rooster and
Yeah.
can play. He's out.
Yep.
Day one. See you, mate.
Yep.
All the best.
And didn't Coco Gauff got beaten?
Coco
too?
Gauff,
Yep.
another one that hit the skids. Maya Joint,
Yeah, Australian.
Australian, who just come off the back of winning Eastbourne.
Yeah.
She
Out
was
the
a
first
first round
round.
loser as well. So not great news. I tell you what, we do have great news, and that is West Coast Fever tickets for this
Oh,
weekend.
well, this is great news.
Tell your friends, everyone. They're playing the Giants on Sunday at RAC Arena. Thank you, Ross. The Chili's were very important then. Feel the fever and join the Green Army. Get your West Coast Fever tickets at Ticketek now, 132410. Caller number 6 will get those
Lovely.
tickets. And moving on to the AFL, where last night we saw Tom Lynch get 5 weeks suspension. Just...
I mean,
That was the haymaker. That
Yeah, but he didn't really connect with him really well.
no, but his intent
But the
was
intent
very
was
much
there.
to.
Yeah, didn't look
and he
good.
did connect with him. He just
did
didn't
connect.
knock him out.
Yeah,
Um,
they took that on the chin, take the 5 weeks. Everyone should now saying that Tom, he needs to find a new home.
Is it true that he's like the highest paid player in the AFL?
God, it'd be very close to, yeah.
That's extraordinary. I saw a stat pop up yesterday, and I wasn't sure if it was accurate or not because I'm
Yeah.
like, how's that possible?
No, Nat. So to get him down from the Gold Coast
Yeah.
Suns, they had
They
to
had
back
to-
end his contract.
Oh, yeah.
It actually worked out okay in Richmond's favour in that he's played in premierships, but
Yes.
also the situation where Richmond are in at the moment, they've got such a young team, they can't
Yes.
play these guys top of the wazzers, so someone has to cop the money.
Yeah.
And the AFL has a thing that you have to spend 95% of the salary. It doesn't matter, like West Coast
Yes.
won one game, but 95% of the salary
Yes.
that comes in has to go to the players.
Yeah.
In that salary cap, should I
So
say.
you've got to spend it on somebody,
Yeah.
and so you might as well spend it on Tom Lynch.
Wouldn't you want to be that person?
Yeah, I would very much. It's like $1.4 million or something.
Yeah.
He's on.
And by the way, at the end of the season, if your club that you play
kicks the
for
ball.
has not paid 95% of the salary,
Yes.
i.e. 93.5 or whatever,
Yes.
once you've done the sums,
93.7.
93.7, well done
Great
now.
number. Great number.
The football club will go to players and say, Nat,
I've got to top you up.
Yeah.
Here's, your,
But we're going to take it out of your contract next year.
here's your holiday bonus.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
amazing, isn't it?
amazing? And lastly, on the AFL front, this is amazing. So the AFL yesterday wrote to clubs to say that they're sick and tired of the umpires getting run into. The contact incidents with umpires this year has gone through the roof. So this season alone, up until this point, which is round 16 we've played, so round 17 coming up, 63 contact incidents with umpires. Last year, 56, so it's grown, and that was for the whole year.
Yeah.
And the year before, 20. So it's
So
gone
what's
up
that about?
big time.
What's that about?
A lot of it's to do with centre bounces and stoppages.
Yes.
So it's easy to say players are getting in the wrong position is what the umpires are saying. But the idea of setting up around a stoppage is to have the whole circle.
Yeah, how about the
360
umpire gets out of the
degrees.
way?
Yeah, 360 degrees covered.
Yes.
So you kind of have to have a man in and around the area of the
Yeah.
umpire.
And that also would include like players like crashing into a goal umpire because they're trying to touch, right? Or is
I
that
think it's
just field umpires? Wow.
But
Because a goal umpire, it's a small area and there's players, desperately trying to touch the ball as it goes over the line. You would imagine there could be some contact easily.
Absolutely. So the AFL have proposed that if you have 4 or more incidences, i.e. you get to the 5th one, you will be sent to the tribunal and you're a chance to get suspended, but more likely to get fined. Now, if it gets to the point where Nat's had 5 incidents and the last one was really hectic, you're going, you can have 1 week on the sideline.
Yes.
So, and this starts from this weekend.
So are they backdating it? So if you've
Yes.
had 4 so far,
Yep.
oh,
So they're backdating for 2 years previously.
2 years.
Yep. And the people in the gun at the moment, it's a rolling thing like demerit points.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So the people in the gun at the moment who have had contact with umpires, Matt Rowell, one of the guns of the competition because he's in and around the ball. George Shield, these guys are on 4. Jack McRae. Harley Reid's on 3.
Yes.
No surprise there. Adam Chera and William Drew is the other one. They're top 5 guys. So
Yes.
Harley Reid, for example, he's got to go for the next probably 2 years the way the cycle's working,
Yes.
even though we've backdated it.
Yeah.
Starts today for 2 years, with only making contact to the umpire once more before he goes to the tribunal.
So, and if hypothetically, if a player was to do this, were suspended for contact the umpire, would that make them ineligible for the Brownlow?
I believe so, because it's a suspension.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, and
for bumping into the umpire.
If you were Matt Rowell, and let's say you go over the threshold and it's fifth, and then the AFL goes, right, it's a $5,000 fine first of all, and then he goes out and plays, and 3 months later during the season, towards the end, finals, he does it again.
Yeah.
Do they get to a semi-final and they're like, sorry mate, you're
So
suspended.
once you've served you've done your 5 and you've served your week suspension, does it
I believe
revert
you're back to zero.
Well, it might be worth it in some cases. Interesting times ahead.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.